So today we are rigging a hydraulic table. We're using IK-Chain and a bunch of bones. A little bit of a LookAt controller as well, but nothing too fancy. I've given everything separate colors, so it makes it easier to select the various objects that belong to a certain group when we're animating them. And I've also went ahead and already set up most of the dummies that we will be using. I've aligned them obviously to all the points that are rotating. Here you can see just the helper objects, making sure that they're all aligned in space. Usually is a good practice for doing rigs, all in the same Y position, and obviously all aligned with the world as well. That's going to help us with using the LookAt constraint later on. So if we look at the setup, then it's fairly simple. I've got one object which will be the driver. That will move from the top to the bottom. Let's rename that to point driver. And as you can see, it's already animated, just to save a little bit of time. So what we do is we select by color the top part, we link it to the dummy, and that's the first bit already done. Then secondly, we've got the orange set here. That'll consist out of two bones, and these are the points that are affected along with the driver point. So these are the ones that we want to focus on. We go to bone tools, we make sure that these snap settings are correct, and we draw the bone from the top to the bottom. We apply a IK solver and we link the controlling object to the same one that is controlling the top of the table. So that follows the same movement. There you go. So that's set up. First part already done. We can go ahead and select the geometry that goes with it. So we select by color. We choose these ones and we link it to the top bone. And then we go ahead and we select the, there you go, geometry for the bottom part. And we link that to the bottom bone. If we look at it from the front view, there you go. So the first part is already working. Then if we focus on the green setup, they are attached to the center point of the orange ones, as you can see here. And the reason for that is because the other parts on the end of the green arms will move a little bit. More on that later. So we draw bones again. Same solver, IK high solver. And we again attach the bone to this one and the controller object to that point helper. And then obviously we need to create a link between those point helpers. We link them to the bone, and the bottom one we link it to this bone. So these are attached to the first set of bones that we've created. If we then look at the animation, that plays all right. And then again we can do the same thing. Green parts link it to the top bone, and the lighter green parts link it to the bottom bone. That takes care of most of the animation. Now we've got those sliding blocks you can see on the top, those red parts. These will move only horizontally. Let's hide this one for now. So this block, we just link that to the bone. This one here, because it's basically still attached to that green arm that you see there, so we can link it to the bone. However, we switch off the rotation on the y-axis, and that makes it so that it doesn't rotate and basically just moves horizontally in relation to the bone. We attach the red parts to it, and there you go. This is a quick solution. It's not per se the best one. If you rotate the entire setup, this will not work, but for now I think it's a decent solution to go forward. So we link the red parts to the bottom object, as you can see here. And that takes care of that. Now all that's left to do is work on the piston. That one will use LookAt constraints, sorry. So we'll select the dummies that go with it. Oh, just the dummies. There you go. So these ones, and these will be linked to the bones that we've created already, and we'll have these crosses point to each other as well. So if we link this main dummy to the bone, and the same thing for the bottom one, link that to the corresponding bone. That is not that one, but this one. So these are already sorted. Now we just need to link those crosses to those point helpers that we've just created and give them a LookAt constraint. Let's isolate them. So we need to link them to that point. And let's give it a LookAt constraint. Now we want to look at on the Z-axis. It's a LookAt controller. And we want to use this one as a world setting. You don't really need to do this, but it's good practice to always give your rig a world node in regards to LookAt constraints. Just so that if you rotate the whole model, you want to do that using this main dummy, so to say. Otherwise, all the LookAt constraints with the relative axis get messed up. So let's link this one to the point that we've linked to the bone, and that should take care of all the LookAt constraints. Let's give it a quick test. Here we go. Yeah, they're looking at each other. So now we just need to link the geometry to that, and then we're ready. Select by color, link that to the cross, and for the bottom parts again select by color and link it to the bottom cross. That's it. Let's give it a quick test. There are a few point helpers here that we didn't use. You might as well go ahead and delete them. Well, we did use them, but they're not really part of the rig in the end, so we might as well take them away. There you go. Setup done. Now you could go and clean this up and link all the static parts to that main helper dummy. This one, for instance, this one here at the bottom. Make sure that that is all linked to the main controller object. All the white parts, they basically don't move, so they are part of the control object. I think we're forgetting one bone here. Yeah, the bottom bone there should also be linked to that dummy. There you go. And if you move this one now, the whole setup should move. So that's good practice to deliver a clean rig that you can still move after you've done the setup. So there you go.